Grand afternoon, grand evening, or grand rest, wherever you are, whenever you tune in. Welcome, welcome. This is our second live for this channel today. This one, a little more pleasant, going into what love is asking of us at this time. Going into the Woodland Wardens. Only that of love and the willfully good may dwell here, within us, around us, and anywhere and everywhere we go. So it is, so it is, so it is, and so it shall be. Oh, okay. Holy Spirit is really wanting to communicate. Wow, okay. What love is asking of us at this time? We're going to make a full pass here. All right, that's a full pass. Let's see what we have going on. The first card to hit the table was Inspiration. That has definitely been in our orbit in terms of what love is asking of us. Going inward to seek inspiration instead of seeking from external sources and forces. We also have the Martin and Foxglove with Mischief. But it's not what one might think at first glance. This is all about playful mischief. Innocent play, innocent pranks. Nothing that would ever hurt another or cause harm to another. Hello, Devious Mullet and Salt and Zuras. Grand rising, grand afternoon, wherever you are. Thank you so very much for tuning in. We're telling a little story with the cards about what love is asking of us at this time. Going within for inspiration and aspiring to playful mischief. Something about relaxing and being a little bit more easygoing, despite all the other downloads and light codes coming in from separate topics and sources. We're also being asked, love is asking us to remain devoted to our loved ones, as well as our practices. Love is also asking us to continue to show reverence to that sacred space and stillness required for introspection. Good morning. Ms. Nyla Corvina is in the building. Welcome, welcome, beautiful sister, as well as anyone else showing up, showing out in every moment of each day. This is a time of solitude. without losing trust in our connections and without losing reference for those connections, especially those who have been right there by our side for the long haul. Something about white pine needles and tea. But it has to be white pine. Something about protecting our health and our wealth. Yes. Okay. Interesting message. Alone time with a cup of tea. This introspection, there are downloads and, well, for lack of better words, for those who may not understand what that is, spiritual communication between you and the divine that can really only be made clear while we are in our sacred space and in solitude. Messages that are meant for us to hold close to our hearts. And we will know because we will be prompted to know when it is something that we are meant to pay forward. Let's keep going. Source, Holy Spirit, Messenger of Source, what else is love asking of us at this time? Meaningful engagement, Holy Spirit just said. Meaningful engagement, like with fairness and equity all the way around. Otherwise, we keep to ourselves. Excuse me. Source, Holy Spirit, Messenger of Source, what else is love asking of us at this time? There's that hope. A reminder to not lose it. Don't lose your hope, especially in your dreams. Don't listen to the narcissist saying that we have to let go of our dreams. They don't know what the heck they're talking about. By the time the first snowdrops crop up, you're going to start seeing some of those dreams coming into manifestation. So don't lose hope. This is also indication that a period of hardship for us is now coming to a close. Reminding us that winter will soon end. And in this case, although for some of us across this planet, we are actually experiencing a pretty harsh winter at the moment, but it's not going to remain that way. Because I was already given the downloads that the winter was going to start out harsh, but end quite mild. So don't be intimidated by the harshness. That message may very well be applied in any aspect and area of our lives. We're in a humble, ooh, a cocoon. We're in a humble cocoon right now. The caterpillar is basically the larva stage, and we're going into the pupa, or we're in the pupa. The best has just begun, and the best is yet to come. The snowdrop has some magic of its own, beloveds. As it appears towards the end of winter, signifying that brighter, longer days are just around the corner. Let's see what we have going on at the bottom of the deck. Oh, okay. The eel and the iris. Safety may have been a concern in our environments. But that's about to change as well. Behind that, in our immediate environment, we have the hawk and the thistle. That graceful persistence, regardless of the chaos. We strive onward and upward to new heights. Fiercely maintaining our grace and dignity while also protecting the house. The house being the vessel of our soul, and could very well also translate to our actual physical dwellings. Taking extra measures. Excuse me. Give me just a moment while I take a sip of my coffee. All right. So, this is defending, fighting for who and what we love without fighting over them and without losing our crown. That grace and dignity, beloveds. Don't lose your crown. But there's still indication with these two cards combined that this is the time to stand our ground. No matter what it pertains to. For some of the collective, it may even be based on how we communicate. Some others may not like it. Oh well. Oh well. The rooster says, don't listen to the cackling hens. Focus on your light, your growth, your communication with those who, even if you aren't always 100% like-minded or share all of the same visions, there is a shared vision here, nevertheless. And it involves nourishment. Tending to our own gardens. Something about God protocol. Not listening so much so to what the negative talk and the naysayers have to contribute in terms of communication. Tend to our own gardens. Continue pouring into that cup. Healing. Remaining devout to that path of healing in order to also remain in alignment, overcoming obstacles. Throughout our transformation, this is the second card out now representing transformation of some kind. In terms of nourishment, considering what needs to change, and think about the next steps that we can take to achieve those changes. We owe it to ourselves to allow our growth and rebirth, beloveds, which includes happiness and joy as our birthrights and self-acceptance. Let's keep going. Source, Holy Spirit, messenger of Source. What else is love asking of us at this time? All right, we just made another full pass. We have adaptability, confirmation on what I was saying about adaptability, and going inward for that inspiration and insight. Allowing our ingenuity to guide us. The ivy is a hardy plant. Reminding us of our own adaptability, regardless of the quote-unquote climate, both literally and figuratively speaking. Otherwise, our stubbornness may hold us back. So remain open-minded. Let's keep going. Oh, wait a minute. We have master number 22 on the table. So in terms of manifestation, this is confirmation of the ability to turn our dreams into a reality, aligning with our actions and our highest purpose. The Master Builder number 22. Also indicating a strong connection to the spirit realm. Further emphasizing the balance and harmony and spiritual wisdom that already came out. There's the balance. The harmony is there somewhere. It's there somewhere. Oh, nevertheless. Nevertheless, it is there. This is even more indication that we are at the end of a long journey. So there's indication of both spiritual and intellectual fulfillment. Something about aligning with the right people at the right time. Right people, right place, right time. Patience. Already in the environment. Are we going to be like the bobcat? Or are we going to be like Tom sitting on the couch eating nachos and cheese? Or are we going to be like Patrick and Merrick, doxing people and robbing them because they couldn't make their own goals without stealing it from somebody else? They didn't ration carefully, which is what we are being guided to do. Ration carefully our sustenance. Discern who we share our energy and sustenance with, beloveds. It's important for our safety and our health, first and foremost. Packing plenty of provisions. Notice what preparations might have served you in the past and play and plan it out more carefully in the future. Well, in the now, because the future isn't promised. Mentally preparing such that we can survive, even when rations are low. Oh my gosh. Already in the immediate environment, look what we have. Preparation, beloveds. Confirmation of what I was just saying. Wow. The energies just flowed. Just like that. With synchronicities already. And the session isn't even over. The work that we have already put in is contributing to this careful preparation. Our resourcefulness and insights will be rewarded. Even though we don't expect reward of any kind in return for our acts of kindness and service, to some degree they're going to be manifesting nevertheless. Nyla says, sounds like my past year or two, leaving a toxic house, finding a new place where I am accepted, and being closer than ever to reaching my dream of starting on hormone replacement therapy. Oh, wow. Thank you for that confirmation on your end, Nyla. I'm sending you happy thoughts and high vibes in support of your goals. And just know that I love you. Full support from my end, wherever I can, whenever I can. That playful mischief did come out a little bit earlier. And I mentioned a balance, and that balance is not becoming so distracted that we forget to provide for ourselves. But those fun and games are still necessary parts. Have you been working hard? Perhaps even working a little too hard. Too much work and not enough play, Holy Spirit just said. Trust in the invisible at the bottom of the deck. Trust in that message coming from the unseen. Beautiful. Yes. Trusting in those invisible supports. And that is that risk being turned into reward that was mentioned earlier in this session. We're being invited to appreciate what is beneath the surface and trust in what cannot be seen. Ooh, also in our immediate environment, we have the trout and the lily of the valley with purification. Ooh, and creative ingenuity right behind that. That spider knows it doesn't have to venture far for their needs to be met. And that is what the divine is saying for us as well. Difficulties are subsiding. Happiness soon to be restored. But this is still even more confirmation of that introspection that came out earlier. Perhaps in order to maintain balance, we're meant to spend more time in solitude and introspection than not, so to speak. Because that is where that creative ingenuity rises from. The inspiration from the inside out is what is going to carry us forward. Confirmation right behind that at the bottom of the deck is I have the deck sitting right here, face up, showing our environment and orbits, and ending. The torment, the triggers, it's all going to come to an end. And there's another T word coming to mind, and that is temptation. Temptation, triggers, and torment coming to an end. Number 13, confirmation of transformation. This could mean the end of a relationship, a vocation, or even a hobby or interest that took the back burner. We have the power to emerge from any grief we may have been experiencing with a better understanding of ourselves more than anything else. Any resistance to change will prevent us from having that opportunity to reveal more of our full potential. So let go, move onward. Loosening our grip on the past will open the door to that transformation. 3333 on the live timer. Let's see what this means for us as the collective. Ooh, a period of incredible spiritual growth, creative expression, and divine assistance. So this number is just confirmation of everything that I was just saying. Yes. Focus on the good things that we want to attract in our lives because we are becoming even more magnetized, Holy Spirit just said. Our thoughts and feelings are powerful tools of manifestation. Love is asking of us to continue to explore our spiritual nature and connect with our inner selves. Our creative efforts are leading to success in numerous areas. So, Love is asking of us, in a nutshell, to focus on positive thinking, creative expression, and higher consciousness. 3333 is our cosmic cheerleader, urging us to express ourselves fully and create with love. Expand our learning and collaborate with like-minded souls to amplify our impacts. Which makes sense why curiosity is the next card to show itself in our immediate environment. Embrace that curiosity. Something about us going out on a limb with that curiosity and trusting in those connections. Ooh, and some of them are of the romantic type, regardless of how it affects others. They can go pout in a corner. Master number 33. My goodness. You see that? Wow. As I was sharing a message from 3333, angel number, just now, because it was on the live timer, not because I saw it on a card. Good morning. Bro Star Lee is in the building. Yes. Hello, dear friend, and welcome back. Thank you so very much for being here. Your presence is appreciated with much gratitude, as that is the attitude. That number 33 has been showing up a lot. And I'm finding out that it's actually representing so many different things, including, ironically, the amount of decks that the aforementioned thieves, Patrick and Merrick, sold of my work without divvying out my share of the profit. Not only did they do that, they sold my deck and guidebook separate so they could make more after Patrick showed up at my house twice. The first time he was alone and brandishing a weapon. Yeah, skating by. And even having the gumption to circle the block 2 years later and attempt to do it again. And he brought company. He brought company with him this time. And I may even end up having to press charges on my ex and his current wife, because they were also on my back porch. Not the wife, but my ex and their daughter that they share were in that crowd. And these people keep showing up in my life over and over again with one agenda, and that is to torment me. Never again. No, I'm not hurt. This happened in August, my bro. And clearly I still have some built up resentment about it because I can't stop thinking about it. To a degree, I've been tormenting myself by focusing on that instead of pivoting. Interestingly enough, yesterday, the message was to pivot. And I'm going to need a little bit of support in doing so. Because that little girl, whom I did not even know was on my back porch, and the door was open when I passed from my bathroom to my studio, which also serves as my closet. And let's just say I did not have my towel wrapped around me. A lot of things went down that day, not just an attempted robbery. Somebody else's little kid saw me without my clothes on. And it messed me up. Almost worse than everything else that they were doing. Including taking my money and some other sentimental belongings that also had material value. Have you seen the price of gold lately? And one of my rings is missing, along with a heap of cash that I had stashed in my attic. And the thing is, I would have helped them if they would have just asked. But that's not the path they chose. Nyla, you have no idea. But I'm going to find your channel later and I'm going to post some links so that I'm not partaking in gossip. I'm just going to show you what I saw on top of what I experienced. And then comes the pivot before it takes a toll on my health. I've been saying for months that I no longer feel safe where I'm at. But perhaps that is just my ego responding to trauma. And I don't really know. Because clearly the fog has not dissipated entirely. And some of the people who showed up in that crowd, including a woman named Ashley, only showed up because, for one, they thought I was rich, and two, they thought it would be easier to just take what was mine instead of working for it themselves. They're the ones talking about making their goals without doing the work. Apparently, they think stealing from others is doing the work. Not Ashley, I'm sorry, Melinda. She doesn't like her name, so she goes by Ashley. So what? Going forward, people, places, things, and situations like that will not have access to us and our sustenance any longer. The funny part about it is, even while they were still here, I told them that I forgive them and I love them. Meanwhile, they're still trying to nail me to a cross. And that is neither conspiracy nor pseudoscience. These people sincerely need help, but not the greedy, selfish kind that they've been seeking. By instead of just asking for help, they steal, pillage, torment, torture, and trigger us. Some of them are even luchers with a curved hollow needle. Puncturing mastoids so they can feed. They're hardly entirely human. Anyways, part of their agendas was to ruin this. And instead, I put it on the back burner. I will fight for this, but I won't fight over it. Let's move along and draw this to a close now that I am like halfway through the deck, over halfway through the deck with messages. Anticipation, determination, also already in the environment. Independence, leadership, benevolent leadership. Oh, they may have thought they were leading, but not by benevolent forces, they weren't. Part of the reason I think that this keeps coming up for me is because there are insights and golden nuggets, lessons that can not only be integrated into my being, but are also worth paying forward for others. They did end up being reported, but not by me. So, Holy Spirit will not allow me to look deeper into that experience and the circumstances and consequences that rise from it. I'm not meant to see it. And I understand that. I will not forsake my brothers. But they also no longer have access to my sustenance. Patrick didn't leave without confrontation, as I gave him the kiss of death and then I threw him across my kitchen. Because he thought he was going to stand toe to toe with me. Thinking, oh, it's just Sissy. Come on now, it's just Sissy. Never alone, bro. Never alone. And I find it interesting how every single time I've ever been in a life-threatening situation, my A-team pulls through every time. And sometimes they even pull up or roll up. To catch the hags in action. Hag is meant to mean low-level spirits. I'm not calling an actual person a hag. Although after seeing what I've seen, assumptions could arise. But that's not how we're being spirit-led to guide others, beloveds. Instead, we embody the bear and the cedar. The spirit of the bear is guiding us to leadership opportunities and reminding us to rule with fairness and care. Paired with cedar, a plant known for its healing, protective, and cleansing qualities, this card invites us into mature authority. It's not my own wishful thinking, it's what the card means for us. Instead of moving on to a different deck like I originally intended, I'm going to go back into this deck one more time for one last full pass to draw this to a close. Oh my gosh, and the first card out. Our innocence. The innocence that they tried to taint. Let's keep going for a full pass. Source, Holy Spirit, Messenger of Source. What else is love asking of us at this time, besides maintaining our innocence? Oh, it just pushed a card up through the top. Overcoming obstacles. We are the goat. Overcoming obstacles. We are the greatest of all time. Overcoming obstacles. They're starting to realize that too. These qualities are reminding us of our capacity for growth, adaptability, and learning. What do you hope to learn on this new path? We have another master number 11 on the table. So I'm going to be ringing the bell for 33 and 11 and 22. And also for Falcon, as well as anyone else making milestones in their lives right now, as they too continue to learn, adapt, and embrace change. This card involves recent losses that had us feeling down. We're being guided to realign ourselves with our goals and regain control of the situation. There it is. Oh my gosh. What I was just saying, where it's time for me to pivot my attention from them and move on with a different focus. And there it is. Confirmation. Overcoming these situations with the right balance and renewed energy. Our energy will be restored. We may have been feeling a bit off kilter. The negative energy in our lives was threatening to overcome us. But this creature teacher here arrives just in time to lead us back to a sense of harmony. Life is a balance. We cannot appreciate pleasure without experiencing the pain. And the pain may be inevitable, beloveds, but the suffering is a choice. It's an option. Once we realize that the suffering is an option, the attacks lose their power. Lee says, I have to go, soul. I'm sick and need to rest. Have a wonderful day. Always here for you, Nyla. Enjoy your day also. Blessed day to you, Lee. I'm sending healing vibes your way, my bro. And we're going to draw this to a close with messages, with a combination of 11 and 11, or 11 and 22, excuse me, to combine those two master numbers into a flow. Give me just a moment to grab my bell. We're ringing in the bell to ring in these manifestations, as well as in celebration of our Brostar Falcon and many others reaching milestones, whether it be sobriety or any other healthy boundary and healthy goal setting. This is dedicated to you. I did this before, but I felt like, yeah, I can do better. Congratulations and much love and gratitude to each and every one of you. Keep going and stay strong. The best has just begun as we continue to overcome these obstacles. This may be a good time to reduce the volume on your listening devices. If by chance you may have a sound sensitivity. 1, 2, 3. For Falcon and anyone else striving for new milestones while meeting others, congratulations on taking back your power and command over your spiritual authority and your health. As we ring in this powerful symbol of manifestation, maintain positive thoughts, aligning it to attract abundance, and maintain balance in our lives and in our relationships. So it is, so it is, so it is, and so it shall be. So mote it be, and so it is. That concludes this session, and I want to thank you so very much for tuning in. Multiversal Soul Familia. With much gratitude and appreciation from my heart chakra to yours. From my heart chakra to yours. Brightest of blessings and agape, omni love to all. One more thing. I love you. You. I do. I do. I do.